those of you new here, hello. My name is Reverend Deborah. I am a movement facilitator, movement in breath, body, and being. And I am your shenanigan shaman. This is our Bhakti Bites class. Bhakti means devotion. So, devotion to what? Devotion to self-care. Because self-care is often the last thing on our to-do list and the first thing we put aside when something else comes up. When really it needs to be the foundation for how we move through our day, how we move through our life in each moment. Our self-care tools ought to be ones that we can pocket and carry with us so that they are accessible in the moments that we need them, in the moments that we most need them. So here in Bhakti Bites, we practice a mindfulness tool, and we practice that mindfulness tool in a brief meditation. We've been working with mudras for quite some time now because there are quite a lot of mudras, and because mudras are really accessible. All you need is hands. Sometimes you don't even need two. Sometimes all you need is one hand. So our mudra for this week, guys, is that music too loud for you? Is it just drowning me out? Just FYI, I am live on TikTok, YouTube, Kick, and Twitch. I am phasing my live classes all the way off of TikTok, just FYI. So if you like my content and you like the free classes that I put on multiple times a week, then come follow me over on YouTube at Move With Change, Kick at Move With Change. I'm something odd on Twitch because I wasn't thinking about it when I set it up, but as soon as I can change that, I will change that too. You can find all the links for all of that in my Patreon. The link for my Patreon is in my bio, but I am also Move With Change. You can find me at Move With Change on pretty much all the platforms. But if you'd like to interact, if you'd like to get into our CAYA community, our free Discord space where we explore mindfulness and a lot of shenanigans, then come join us on the Discord. That Discord link is also on my Patreon. It is a free public courtyard, and then there is an inner temple where we offer much more deep dive practices, group coaching, group practice sessions, private coaching, private practice sessions. Heck, we even have a dance party in there. We have a dance hall, 24/7 dance hall. And that's free. It's that kind of place. It's that kind of place because CAYA, C-A-Y-A, stands for Come As You Are, because authenticity is the purest expression of divinity as it resonates through you. It's the purest expression of who you are. And that's what we're here for. I don't want your Velveeta. I don't want your craft. I don't want your plastic melted cheeses. I want some Gruyere. I want some Gouda. I want something that's got a moldy rind and something that really stinks. It's one of my favorite analogies for the way that we approach other people and situations. Sometimes we approach them from ego, from a falsified sense of self, i.e. Velveeta, craft. Or we pull up something that may come across as unpleasant at first, but it is our authentic expression of self, our authentic original craft. So our mudra this week is called the Padma Mudra. Padma means lotus in Sanskrit, and this is the mudra for blossoming. This mudra is done simply by creating a little chalice here at the heart. You bring the sides of the thumbs together, bring the base of the palms together, and the pinkies together on the other side, keeping the rest of the hands open. Hold on, give me just a second, guys. I meant to turn off gifts. Yeah, okay. We're not doing gifts here on TikTok. If I can, turn them off now that I'm live. We're not giving TikTok our money. If you would like to support me, I very much appreciate it. I have a tip jar on my Patreon as well as monthly subscription options on my Patreon. But we're not giving TikTok any of our money anymore. Ah, Willow, good morning. You're learning about the Padma Mudra? Awesome. Serendipitous then, yes? Okay, I cannot turn them off once I'm live. Would you guys do me a favor and save those coin? And if you'd really like to show your support, please drop it in my tip jar, on my Cash App, or PayPal or Patreon, wherever you want to go ahead and drop that. There's a lot of places to do that. Please don't give it to TikTok. They take a lot of it. Hey, Jenny. So then, Willow, you know that the Padma Mudra meant to be held here at the heart. This mudra weakens ego clinging. It loosens the grip of ego on our mind, on our body, on our intentions. It improves the immune system. It benefits the heart and settles the mind. It awakens the body's self-healing power and ignites a sense of devotion, a sense of, what's the word I'm looking for? Reverence. So we go live 3 times a week. And on Monday, we simply sit with our mudra. No more. We simply sit with our mudra for 5 minutes. It's recommended that you sit for a minimum of 5 minutes with the mudras because it takes about 5 minutes for this energy to really start moving through the effects to really be felt. It is a minimum of 5 minutes. So on Wednesday, we improve upon, what's the word I'm looking for? We build upon our mudra. 5 minutes is too long. That's okay. Try it for 3. We are not in the business of creating a battle within ourselves. And if you are attached to 5 minutes being too long for you, then that's okay. If you're not ready to let go of that attachment, don't let go of that attachment. No one is telling you what to do. But I invite you, if you can muster 5 minutes of, say, watching a show and holding a mudra, you don't have to do anything else. Holding the mudra in and of itself is going to redirect the energy channels in your body, and you're going to feel the benefits of this mudra. In fact, these mudras are so powerful that social media has been removing my content. The more I share them, the more I talk about them, the more my videos get taken down for no reason that they can explain. So, just FYI, just word to the wise guys. So, 5 minutes. It's recommended we sit for a minimum of 5 minutes to 45 minutes. If you're watching a TV show and you can muster 45 minutes of your TV show, of your episode, and you hold your Padma Mudra here, you're going to be receiving a lot of really beautiful, heart-opening, soothing benefits. So for Wednesday, when we sit as we build upon our mudra, our practice, today we will sit for the 5 minutes with our mudra. But instead of simply sitting with the mudra, setting our intention to simply experience the mudra. This time we're going to practice a slightly different style of meditation where we leave our eyes half open, gazing into this cup here. And when we do so, setting that intention to be present with the flow of energy as it is received into the chalice of the heart. So we're holding this here at the heart, making this beautiful little chalice. And then for 5 minutes, we're going to sit with our eyes just barely half open, not with your chin tucked. We're going to go ahead and get started here with 3 deep breaths. So if you have it available to you and you can close your eyes for 5 minutes, then let's do it. If you cannot close your eyes, don't worry about it so much. Again, just holding the mudra is going to be assisting your body. This mudra is already lulling me in. Sorry, I keep pausing. I just keep kind of getting lost in this mudra. Okay, so we're going to start with 3 deep breaths to fully arrive here for our practice. Johnny Appleseed, come join us for these 5 minutes, and I will chat a bunch more about the mudra right after. I'm already getting pulled into the mudra, so we got to go. Go ahead and, again, if it's available to you, close your eyes, and we'll begin with 3 deep breaths to fully arrive. If you can't close your eyes, you can still take these deep breaths. Pull the breath in through the lungs and all the way into the belly. And let it go. Inhale again, lifting the heart and elongating the spine. And sigh it out. Inhale once more, expanding the rib cage in all directions, front, sides, and back. Fill the chest cavity and hold at the top. And slowly release. Take a moment to follow the breath, following the inhale all the way to the top, following the exhale all the way to the bottom, allowing the breath to lull you into the present moment, to kind of create a rhythm, a soothing rhythm that anchors your awareness into the here and now, following that inhale all the way to the top, following the exhale all the way to the bottom. Just take a few moments with the breath before we return to the mudra. Remember that the most important part of meditation is your intention and your attention. Our intention in this moment is simply to follow the breath. When you notice your attention has wandered off with itself, gently, lovingly, bring it back to your intention, which in this moment is nothing more than the breath. It is that simple. That is the practice of mindfulness. Intentionally bringing our awareness back to our intention. If you need more breaths here, you are welcome to stay in this part of the practice, simply bringing your awareness back to the breath again and again. If you would like to add to your practice, I invite you to continue following the breath, but gently open the eyes ever so slightly. Just flutter the eyelids barely open, enough for you to be able to see as if you were looking down the bridge of your nose into this mudra as much as possible without tilting your chin. We don't want to tuck the chin down. We want to keep the chin nice and parallel to the ground. Opening the eyes ever so slightly, staring down the nose, into this opening lotus blossom. If it's available to you, you can add the intention here to receive divine energy pouring into your anahata chakra, your throat, your heart chakra, pouring into this lotus blossom, into this Padma Mudra, into the center of the heart. Filling you with that divine prana, divine love, flooding into your heart. Keeping those eyes open ever so slightly. Spend a few more moments here before we close our practice. Simply being with your intention. Try not to collapse into your mudra. Keeping the lotus flower open with your intention. Holding the mudra with your intention. Releasing any tension remaining in the body or in the mind or in the heart. Take a big, deep breath in and hold at the top. And gently release the breath. You may stay with your practice as long as it is available to you. When you are ready to be complete, I invite you to bring your hands together into prayer, or simply lay one over the other over your heart in gratitude for today's practice. In gratitude for these powerful tools that allow us to align, balance, and heal the body, the mind, the spirit. And to offer yourself a little gratitude for taking the time for self-care today. I am so proud of you. You are so worth it, and I'm glad you made it today. Thank you so much for joining me. When you're ready to come out of meditation, please do so slowly. Offer yourself some wiggles, some stretches. Only opening your eyes when you're really committed to coming back to the real world. That's always the last thing I do. The eyes are always the last thing. Johnny. Yes, of course. Yeah, Johnny, send me a message because I can send you the link to the Discord, and that's what we do on the Discord. I'm trying to get off of all the social media platforms because a lot of them are censored and regulated, and every single time I have tried to share these tools with the public, my channel gets taken down. My content starts to get taken down. I can share for a little while, but once it starts to see an uptick, once it starts to actually get out to the public, which it was doing this year, it starts to be taken down. And I'm not going to fight that game anymore. If you guys would like to learn the tools that TikTok doesn't want you to see, that YouTube doesn't want you to see, come join us on the Discord, because there's nobody censoring it there. There's nobody holding it back there. There's nobody gatekeeping there. I mean, we have gates because There's dangerous places that you can fall into. Somebody asked not too long ago if mindfulness was dangerous, if meditation was dangerous. And the truth is it has the potential to be, yes. So it isn't something for everyone to dive in head first into. It is something that we ought to approach with a sense of reverence, a sense of respect, because it can blow your top off. You know, I'm sure you guys have heard the scare stories about like Kundalini awakenings that made people go psycho because the energy is intense. And until you're ready, really ready to, I shouldn't say ready, until you're able to clear the channels within you of blockages such that that energy can move freely through you, that is when we are able to reach those higher states of mindfulness. We can't just jump there. Yes, sometimes we have these powerful awakening moments, but the reason that awakening, enlightenment doesn't happen all at once in a smack in the face is because it is a growing into, it is a evolving into. I have to fit into those shoes before I can use them on my own feet. So Johnny Appleseed, you asked about this mudra. This mudra is called the Padma mudra. Padma just means lotus or blossoming lotus in Sanskrit, and is done like so. We bring the sides of our thumbs together, roll the base of our hands together, and connect the sides of our pinky, keeping our hands nice and open into a lotus flower. Now stick around, come on Saturday, guys, and I will add something to this practice, because this mudra is used in a mantra practice that I simply adore. It is a very simple mantra, so if you're afraid of Sanskrit, this is a really great place to start. It's a simple mantra, and it's a moving mudra. It's a beautiful practice, so I can't wait to share it with you guys on Saturday. But for now, you can simply hold the mudra at your heart, keeping that chalice open at the heart. This mudra effectively strengthens the heart, strengthens the immune system, weakens ego clinging, settles the mind. See, every time I pull this mudra in, I can't help but feel like there's a sudden weight. It's like weight. It's like a direction of energy, sort of. Duh. I know, but I'm trying to formulate a thing for you guys, like the way that the energy starts to pull down and move. It starts to move through the major channels of the body, and it starts to open the heart. So the chakras all have a front and a back. You're very welcome, Kat. I am more than happy to share. This is stuff that some of this I inherited. When I was growing up, my mother taught me about energy work. She taught me about the energy body. She taught me about the way that energy moves through the body. She taught me our inherited lineage of energy work. I later added a certification in Reiki, but energy is a language that I have spoken all of my life for that reason. I was gifted by a wise woman who gave me the sight, right, for it. Because when we are very young, our minds are still available to those things, and it's much more easy for us to understand them that early. So I'm so grateful. But that is why when I started learning about mudras, that is why I spent so much time with them. That is why I continue to spend so much time with mudras, is because I understand intimately, I understand the energy body, and I can tell you these mudras work. These mudras are powerful. There are mudras, when mudras have contradictions or warnings and stuff like that, pay attention. You absolutely can. There's actually a mudra called the Apana mudra, and the Apana mudra is a downward force mudra. It's a mudra that helps move the digestive system. It's really good if you're constipated, that kind of stuff, right? Well, a couple of weeks ago, we did this mudra. A couple of months ago, we did this mudra, and I made the mistake twice of eating right before I did the mudra. And let me tell you, The feeling of your digestion moving at light speed when it should not is not the intended outcome for a mudra. So just FYI, if you're playing with these, be mindful of the responses that of your body, right? And that goes to also to speak about how we show up for ourselves, how we honor and respect ourselves. If you ever get a mudra, receive a mudra, and are using this mudra and you find that it makes you uncomfortable to any degree, I invite you to alter the mudra or simply stop using it entirely. Not every mudra is needed for everybody, right? This is a great mudra that I would probably have a hard time finding somebody that this made you really feel uncomfortable, except that you had some really big blockages in the heart chakra. If that's the case, remember that sometimes these mudras, when you first start using them, can feel weird, can feel big, can feel make you feel a little uneasy, but it doesn't hurt, right? It's like strengthening your knee or hip after surgery. Those walks that you're taking, yes, they are a little uncomfortable, but you know that they are there to heal and to help. If you can sit with the mudra, and if you first hold this mudra and you start to cry, allow that release. That's not discomfort. That is a request of that emotion, by that emotion, to simply be released. Remember that when we sit in meditation, we release a kind of surface tension that's created by the conscious mind. The conscious mind kind of holds everything down, so to speak. And when we release that pointed focus, that thinking mind, that busy monkey mind, that tension softens, and things that have been trapped underneath begin to bubble up. So when you sit in meditation, oftentimes we say to ourselves, I fucked up. My thoughts won't go away. I can't be quiet. My brain won't leave me alone. We have all these things to describe how our minds are ruining our meditations. Well, I invite you, I implore you to shift your perspective and recognize that when you are sitting in quiet space and something bubbles up from inside of your liver, that little angry feeling, from inside of your lungs, that catch of breath of sadness, when these things begin to move, let them move. And maybe they'll relocate a little. Maybe they'll fly off and take on a life of their own so that you don't have to carry them anymore. But we do not know what they're going to do if we keep trying to shove them back down inside. Shh, stay there. Don't say anything. The irony in saying, I love myself, I really do, but there's all these parts of myself that I don't let out, that I don't let see the light of day. I can't stand them. I keep them compartmentalized and they don't get a say. I love you, but you can't come out of the closet. I've come to understand that radical self-love is the only way to understand God, to understand reality, one and the same, to understand divinity. Because if divinity is in everything, everything is perfect as it is. All the flaws, all the blemishes, all the scars, all the twists and turns. And yet we humans have such audacity for judgment, don't we? What kind of audacity, this little creature that looks at the entirety of creation and says, that's not right. That's broken. Let me fix it. That's not good enough. We are audacious little creatures. We really are. Try using that audacity on yourself. Have the audacity to love every part of yourself. Have the audacity to use energy work on yourself. Have the audacity to use tools that people have been using to heal themselves for a very long time. There's something happening in my head about clinging. We cling for dear life to our judgment, to our biases, to our fears, to our suffering. Afraid of falling the whole time. The whole time afraid of falling. And yet every time we have the audacity, have the gumption to just release our attachment to all that shit, we experience a magnificent kind of weightlessness, a magnificent kind of free fall. And then we grasp again. And then we grasp something else again. It's too much. Have you ever jumped from somewhere high enough? If you jump from somewhere high, you get an initial belly lift, right? There's this initial like, woo, I jumped. But if you've ever jumped from somewhere really high, you'll know the second belly lift. You'll know that feeling of first it was, whoo, I jumped. And then it's, oh shit, we're falling. Have you ever fallen that far? I think of spirituality like that sometimes. A lot of us are comfortable enough with the, oh shit, I jumped. And then we grab and we hold on again. And we say, wow, that was great. That was a lot of fun. Now I'm going to be back to holding for a while until I can release in mindfulness. Ah! Whew, that was fun. That was great. Let's do it again. Ah! Woo-hoo! This mindfulness stuff, this spirituality stuff is really cool. But the whole time, the universe is waiting for us to simply let go. Not to cling again, not to grasp again, but to delight in the free fall, in the never-ending free fall, in the feeling of the wind on our skin, in the brushing by of the trees and the grass and whatever it is that we're passing through, in the movement, in the flow of life. Not in something static. Not in the holding, not in the withholding, not in the gripping, not in the clinging, not in the never letting go. So, as you sit with this mudra this week, the Padma mudra, and you start to feel that little bit of separation, that little weakening of that grasping for ego, that grasping of ego. I invite you to feel into the free fall. As you sit with this mudra, imagine that feeling of weightlessness. If you've ever jumped off somewhere high, you know it. If you never have, you can imagine it. Just do your best to imagine it. Let your mudra bring you there. Let your mindfulness practice bring you there. Feel that sensation of letting go, of attachment, of clinging to fear, to judgment, to shame, to guilt. And just for these few moments, 5 minutes is all you need. Let life move completely freely around you and through you. Every thought, every sensation that arises, every distraction, allow each one to rise and fall the same way your heart rises and falls on your breath. In a beautiful, undulating crescendo of creation. Find your free fall. Find your inner trust fall. Find that release. Find that sweet spot of letting go. See if you can hear the click when you detach. See if you can feel the weightlessness. So again, the Padma Mudra, the Lotus Mudra, the Blossoming Mudra strengthens the heart, the immune system, balances the heart chakra. And as we did today, can be envisioned as a chalice to receive divine light, divine source, love, energy, life force. I invite you, when you hold this mudra, to open your heart in gratitude, to be grateful for the opportunity to receive this energy. And remember, mudras, the reason we love mudras is because they can be used anytime, anywhere you are. I am notorious for holding mudras in public. Sorry, friend, I don't go live with people I don't know, but feel free to send me a message and we can chat about going live another time. That's what I was going to talk about earlier. Last thing before we go. I wanted to talk about this specifically with this mudra. It's for every chakra, but every chakra has a front and a back. Thank you guys for the follows. Every chakra has a front and a back. When you sit with your mudra this week, I invite you to envision that channel, okay? We're imagining this mudra is a chalice for divine prana, for divine love. It comes in to this chalice and filters into the heart. And as it filters into the heart, I want you to imagine that energy goes not just into the heart itself here, but directly through the chest, if you can reach back there, to directly behind your heart. The back of the heart chakra is one of those areas that I think culturally we pay very little attention to. This is the area between your shoulder blades. It's the area where a lot of us carry our stress. It's the area where a lot of us have heart chakra blockages, but we don't notice it. We don't feel it. Wait, don't get into a whole heart chakra. Don't get into a whole chakra diagnosis. The whole point here was to simply ask you to pay attention to the front and the back. See, here I am. I can't even stop myself from not gatekeeping. I gotta just tell it. I gotta teach everybody all the things every time. Here's a whole chakra system balancing technique. Here, let's go. Why do you need private coaching? Why would you come to private classes? She's going to give it all away in the free classes. Allow that divine prana to flow into this chalice at the heart, into the blossoming lotus, into the Anahata chakra, and directly through it, pouring out the back. Pouring out the back. And as it pours out the back, imagine that it is clearing this channel, this tunnel. Whoa. Do you feel that? Whoa. When you are sitting with mudras like this, when you are doing this work, allowing like I said, these are effective, powerful tools. This is not for educational purposes only. I'm so fucking tired of saying that. This is for real. This is powerful enough that they're taking it down. Hey, Light of Love, how are you, my friend? We are talking about these magnificent mudras. This is the Padma Mudra. And right now we are receiving divine source, prana, energy coming through the chalice into the heart, through the heart, and pouring out. And when pouring out the back of the heart chakra. And I was just saying that when you are holding these mudras, when you are doing these practices, when you notice things arise within you during the practice, like for me just now, that was like a couple of waves of, it wasn't nausea per se, but it was just kind of like a huh, you know the feeling, huh. As an energy worker, like I said, I've been practicing energy since I was a child, okay? One of the most important things to remember when you're practicing energy work, if those things come up, please express them. That is energy attempting to move itself through your system. Your channels are open channels unless we create blockages, unless we create holding. If I am doing energy work on somebody and I feel the need to go, huh, I'm going to do that because that energy is moving through my channels. If I don't do that, I trap that energy somewhere in my own meat bag, and that is not the name of the game. We are not here to stack other people's bullshit inside of our meat bags. No, no, no. That's yours. This is mine. I can help you process it and move it. Absolutely. I do energy work. I do offer private energy work sessions. I do not do energy work on live sessions. I give you guys the tools to do it on you, but I do not do energy work through this public platform. However, that said, when those things come up in the middle of meditation, let them come up. Please let go of the idea that meditation has to be perfectly still and silent. It's a bunch of baloney. Yes, you can have that kind of meditation, but stop, please, thinking that it's the only kind of meditation. You're holding yourself back. Honor what arises, honor what comes up. If it's a roll of the shoulder, let the body move. You don't need to move the body, but you allow the body to move. And then you return to the breath. This is a really powerful mudra. I guarantee if you sit with this for 5 minutes a day, you're going to feel something. You're going to feel something shift. If you sit with it for 10 minutes a day, you're going to feel some more shift. If you sit with this 3 times a day for 20 minutes while you sit and watch an episode of something, you don't even have to do meditation. You don't even have to close your eyes. If you redirect the energy channels in the body, connecting these energy channels, holding them in front of the chakra, in front of the heart chakra here, This is one of my favorites because it's so easy to hold. If this is difficult for you to hold, adjust. Move your mudra up a little bit. Move it down a little bit. Move it out a little bit. Wherever is comfortable for you to hold it, honor where you are. You are your own guru. Only you know what is right for you. I cannot give you the proper adjustments of the mudra because I am not in your meat bag. I can give you the mudra, and then you adjust it and make it your own. That's how we understand something. We can know about plenty of things and still be ignorant of them, eh? But when we bring something into a place of understanding, it is available to us in an entirely different way, at an entirely different depth. So I invite you this week to sit with your lotus, with your Padma Mudra. Invite that divine prana to flow into this chalice. Invite that opening of the heart to allow that divine source energy, that divine love to flow through your heart, to ignite the flame in your heart. If it feels small, if it feels non-existent, to light it. If it feels small, to fan those flames. If it's already raging, then to just keep adding fuel to the fire. This mudra is so good. I'm just going to leave you guys and sit here for another while in my mudra. Again, for those of you who are new here, my name is Reverend Deborah. I am a movement facilitator, movement in breath, body, and being. I am your shenanigan shaman, and I am the owner of Move with Change. Move the Change was born out of the understanding that life offers us a single constant: change. And when we become rigid, inflexible, static, stagnant, we cause ourselves a lot of turmoil. We make life a lot harder. But when we can learn to bend, to flow, to move with life as it rises and falls, to surf those waves, to bend when the wind blows, we have an entirely different experience of our reality. We can literally change on a quantum level our experience of time and space. They talk about the magic powers that yogis still to this day, you guys have seen the videos circulating of the yogi meditating in the Himalayas, right? In the snow. There's a lot more available. Our understanding, our perception of time and space is limited by is so limited by so many things. I said by our, and my brain was like, it was a cacophony of all the pirates on the pirate ship, all screaming all of these different ways in which our perception is limited. Yes, our perception is so limited. Yet we cling so tightly to our limitations. Argue for your limitations, and indeed they are yours. Argue for your limitations, and indeed they are yours. If you want those limitations, keep them. Keep them. Keep them as long as you feel you need to. That is your choice. And there is a gift in there for you. Until you decide you either don't want that gift, or you find the gift in it and integrate that gift into understanding, then hold on to it. Hold on as long as you need to. But again, I invite you this week to practice a trust fall with yourself. Grab your Padma Mudra. Allow it to open your heart. And feel into that falling feeling. See if you can find it. And if you can't, I do not want to hear that you've been bitching at yourself. If you sit from here from today, Wednesday, until Saturday, and you try, and you cannot find a light, falling, weightless feeling in your meditation, I'm serious. I better not hear you've been bitching at yourself. We are not in the business of making a battle within ourselves. We are not creating enemies of ourselves. We do not create enemies of ourselves. Because if you do, you have to live with that enemy for the rest of your life. You are stuck in this meat bag with your enemy. So I invite you instead to befriend. Befriend yourself. Befriend your heart. Befriend your body. Befriend the chaotic thoughts in your mind. Befriend your fears. Try that one. That one's pretty radical. And if you have any questions or concerns, or want to join our Discord, you can find me on, you can contact me on any of these platforms, send me a message. You can also go to my Patreon at Move With Change. Remember, I am not always, but I am live on Kick, Twitch, YouTube, and TikTok, but we are phasing out TikTok because TikTok is intentionally hiding my content from you guys. Like I said, this is not the first time. There have been many times over the years that I have started sharing this stuff for free to you guys, and takes a couple months to a year maybe before they start lagging my content. My content starts to get an audience, and then they're like, oh shit, she's sharing that stuff that is actually helping people align and heal their bodies on their own. We can't let her do that. So they always shut me down. I'm getting shut down. TikTok is shutting me down very quickly. So if you would like to stay in touch, if you would like to keep receiving, thank you, Kearns, for the compliment. If you would like to keep receiving these free classes that I'm going to keep doing, go to YouTube at Move With Change. Follow me there. You will always at least find my replays there if I'm not live. That's where all my content is going. I'm also on Kick and Twitch. I'm playing the cool kids. Say that's where all the cool kids are. So we're over there now too. But if you want to dive deeper, come join us on the Discord. The link for that is on my Patreon. Patreon at Move With Change. There's a free link to get you in the door, or you can choose a membership level. With the free link, you get into the CAYA courtyard. Our CAYA courtyard is a lot of fun. We have a bazaar, we've got a courtyard chat, we've got a dance hall. We have a space we just created called the CAYA Cocoon for body doubling. We're really CAYA, C-A-Y-A, right, stands for Come As You Are. This is a space where we ask you to show up exactly as you are in the moment. Because if you're doing any of this coming home to yourself work, any of this internal excavation work, you know that not only is it scary, not only is it messy, not only is it fucking wild, but there are so many things that come up in there that you suddenly realize you can't relate to anybody else in your life, or nobody else can relate to. How many times over the years as a practitioner, as a spiritual leader, I have had people come to me and say, I can't talk to anybody else about this. That's the space we're creating in the CAYA courtyard, in the CAYA community. Okay? If you would like to dive deeper and join group coaching sessions, group practice sessions, we have membership levels for that, varying membership levels. I offered you guys, I've created multiple levels, so if you just want to get in for a little bit here, you can do it just a little bit there. I used to have 2 way different levels. Now we've got a bunch of steps in between, so you can get what you want, and you can change membership levels for different months. What the reason I'm doing this is because I don't want somebody to lock into, $77 a month as being their membership, but then they can't do that financially because shit happens, and then you can't come to the Sangha for the next 3 months because you can't pay a bill. I'm not interested in fucking doing that. We're not about gatekeeping. The dollar is not the key to everything, okay? It's not. And especially here, the dollar is not the key to mindfulness. However, it does support my ability to, feed myself and pay my bills. So, because we all still live in that world. But anyway, all of that said, you can find all of that information on Patreon so that you can find the free link to the Discord. You can grab a membership level on the Discord as well as on the Patreon. I do private sessions, but everything is now set into a subscription. If you have any questions about any of that, please let me know. I have a blog over on the Patreon. We've got a bunch of shenanigans happening in the Discord. Did I mention that I have free recipes? I'm looking at the Discord right now. I was just throwing some recipes in there, some Ayurvedic recipes and some vegetarian recipes. We do the weekly peekly in there. I talk a lot more astrology in there. Yeah. But we are moving away from TikTok. So if you don't want to lose me, come find me on another channel, please. I'm at Move with Change on pretty much all the other channels. If you have any questions or want direct links, just send me a message on any of the platforms, and I'll send you the links. I love you guys so much. The only other thing, yes, there's something else. Group coaching tonight at 4:30 p.m. For those of you who are Sangha members. There's a certain level of membership. See, now with all the different levels of membership, I forget which ones are which. So come in and get your membership. All the info is written under each tier when you purchase the membership. Group coaching, members and above, Sangha supporters and above. That's what it is. The Sangha supporters level and above, there is group coaching tonight at 4:30 p.m. Pacific time. The link is available in Discord. If you go sneak over the Discord right now and you try to find that Zoom link, you're not going to find it. It's hidden so that we can create a safe space. It is not meant to keep anyone out. It is meant to cultivate a safe space. It is meant to offer a token of commitment to working on you and working on your stuff. I don't do single coaching sessions anymore, actually. So I have coaching by donation still. These are 15-minute coaching sessions. That is still available. It is on my Patreon. You can find it there in the shop, I believe. But that is the only type of single coaching I do anymore. And the reason for that is because it does not behoove me or you for us to sit down for a 15, 20, 30-minute, even hour-long session one time, and then for you to run off 6 months later and come back to me and want to talk about the exact same thing for about an hour, right? We're not going to make any progress that way. And I have decided to best honor my time and yours, to no longer offer those single sessions except for the coaching by donation. That is my Seva project. That's my 15 minutes, pay what you want. If you just need to vent, if you just need help with the tool, if you just need whatever it is for 15 minutes, you got it. You can schedule those sessions through my Patreon. But anything beyond that, we do subscriptions, because at least I want to get you in for a couple of sessions so we can start to actually get underneath, find the roots of things. I mix all of the tools in my toolbox when it comes to coaching. So everything from herbalism to astrology to energy work to psychology and philosophy to Ayurveda and nutrition, and all kinds of things. Oh no, verify. You're right, TikTok. I said things. I have all of those tools packed away in this big toolbox here. And those are all available to you in private coaching sessions. Same with the group coaching sessions. Those are all available to you in the group coaching sessions. We just have the added perk of other awesome, cool people in there supporting each other. We have a really wonderful, supportive, magnificent, budding little community. And I don't know what I would do without you guys. Okay, I'm going to go. And I will see you in group coaching if you are a Sangha supporter or above. If you have any questions about joining or would like to join, you can find the information on my Patreon, or you can simply send me a message on any of the platforms. Please go follow me on YouTube at the very least, because when I stop doing stuff on here, you're going to have the pouty face and be like, but where is those mudras? Those mudras were cool. Move with change. Move with change. Move with change. Hi, TikTok. I mean, YouTube. Or follow me on Kick and Twitch if you're one of the cool kids, because apparently that's where the cool kids hang out. Okay, guys. Any questions, send me messages. Otherwise, I love you. Yeah, dog. I love you too. come join us on the Discord. It's fucking free to join us on the Discord, and you get more free stuff. My biggest problem is I give things away for free, so come get free shit on the Discord. My YouTube is at Move with Change. I am on Kick at Move with Change. I am on Instagram and Facebook and Twitter on those at Move with Change. But again, the interaction doesn't really happen anywhere except for the Discord. I might respond to a comment. Yeah. I'll probably give it a like if you commented me or on my thing or something like that. You know, cool if you share my content. But I am really tired of fighting the powers that be, wherever they be on the internet, that every time I start putting this shit out, they're like, ooh, we gotta shut her down. She's sharing really good stuff. It's gonna cut into our paycheck. We can't have her teaching them how to heal their own bodies, how to find their own captain and find their own locus of control so that they no longer can be our little puppets. Shut her up. So before they shut me down completely, come find me on Discord. So when they do shut me down, we can go and keep sharing it. Okay, guys, thank you so much for the follows. Thank you so much for all the love. Find me at Move with Change over on YouTube so you can at least catch all the replays for everything. But come join us in the Discord. Okay, the link for the Discord is on my Patreon. That's the free link. I love you. I love you. Goodbye. Once I click all the